Today, we conclude our investigation into the Christopher Scarver case. But this isn't about the man. It's about the machine. It's about how the state used a vulnerable, already convicted inmate to facilitate a prison murder that served as a massive forensic incinerator. In 1994, the state of Wisconsin was facing a looming crisis. A narrative filled with forensic holes, missing records, and a serial killer whose story was beginning to fray under scrutiny. If he had escaped, there would be a manhunt. But by manufacturing a murder by a fellow inmate, the state created a scenario where the lack of forensic transparency was excused by the chaos of the event. The state used Scarver to silence the questions. In the world of intelligence and narrative control, an asset is someone whose position makes them useful and whose status makes them expendable. Christopher Scarver was the ultimate asset. This is how the system protects itself. It identifies a pawn, uses their existing criminal status to shield the state from liability, and creates a story so sensational that no one thinks to check the paperwork. As we revealed in Part 3, the same forensic psychiatrists, Drs. Fosdahl and Smale, acted as the gatekeepers for both Dahmer and Scarver. This is institutional laundering. The psychiatrists declared Scarver competent to ensure the plea went through without a trial. A trial would have meant discovery. Judge Richard L. Rame then accepted a no-contest plea. In the legal world, a no-contest plea is a gift to the state. It avoids a factual admission of guilt while allowing the conviction to stand. It essentially allowed the state to say, "We have our man. Don't ask about the evidence." They traded a federal transfer and mental health treatment for his silence. And then, in a final act of institutional betrayal, they reneged on the deal and buried him in supermax isolation to ensure he could never recant his coerced role. By pinning the event on Scarver, the state avoided the need for an external investigation into how a high-profile inmate could be left unsupervised with a known killer. The narrative was simple. A crazy man killed a monster. The public cheered. The state breathed a sigh of liberation. When the state can use a citizen, any citizen, as a tool to facilitate a psyop and cover up a lack of forensic evidence, the entire concept of accountability vanishes. The evidence is clear. The autopsies are missing. The plea deal was violated. The psychiatrists were shared. The pawn was the Dahmer prison murder wasn't a failure of the Wisconsin Department of Corrections. It was their greatest success. It allowed them to retire a high-risk narrative, maintain their institutional funding, and demonstrate that they can rewrite reality as long as they have a guilty man to sign the papers.